parties to also express an interest in accompanying her to the People's Republic of China, Cardiff, for later this year. This is a very significant step simply because the People's Republic of China is the world's largest shipbuilder. And again, we have striked up business relations with certain companies, including state-owned companies across that side of the globe.
E-Tech is certainly the investment-seeking arm of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, but there are several different and diverse sectors and looking for E-Tech to put them as their priority. What's going to make the shipbuilding and repair arm the one that in addition to all the technology, agriculture, energy, all looking to E-Tech for the same thing? Put this as your priority. What's going to make this their priority in terms of when they sit down at the table and possible investors come, this one is going to be one of the priorities? Well, we have been established since July 2007, and we have, from day one, we have worked alongside with E-Tech, and up to present, we do work alongside with them. Just the other day, they formed what we call a cluster advocacy, whereby specific attention is being placed on clusters like the shipbuilding and repair and others to further develop it, because E-Tech Invest TT sees the benefits of having a cluster sort of association in terms of getting these areas off the ground towards the diversification of the economy, which is so much needed at this time. Is there a possibility for local investors looking at this? Have you had domestic discussions with people who may have a possibility and interest and some money to invest in this? Yes, we have quite a bit of interest coming from companies that have been previously engaged or currently engaged in the energy sector. They have seen the writing on the wall, so to speak, and they have signed up to come on board and be part of our cluster. As I mentioned, the skills that have been acquired in the energy sector is easily transferred to our shipbuilding and repair sector. Like the pneumatics, the automation, the hydraulics, these sort of skills, lubrication as well, all used on a ship. A ship is like a floating city. Mm-hmm. Mr. Steward, you mentioned earlier that many of your local employees, their expertise is sought outside internationally. What are they saying in terms of their competitive level, their skill base, their innovation? We may be able to offer some innovations developed in Trinidad and Tobago that we may be able to patent to give us that kind of advantage.
Indeed, well, that's a big call. I mean, innovation is something that Austal is certainly specialised in, but it's about mastering these things. So, for example, where Austal is a specialist in high-speed aluminium craft, and we've developed very innovative hull forms for the US Navy, and in fact we have defence vessels and commercial ferries here. It's about specialisation for us. So we're a small team. I'm the only expat. We're all the team is Trinidadian, and these specialist skills are exportable. And one of the great things about the shipbuilding and repair industry, and that E-Tech and others should be well aware of, is that the customer comes to us. So if Trinidad is on a shipping lane, then the customer comes to us. So it's a great potential to earn billions of dollars, earn income from foreign companies. So it's a great income potential.
In terms of the size of our industry, Mr. De Gannes, within the context of the international industry that's with hundreds of billions, perhaps even skirting the trillions worth of dollars, what's the size of our pie, and what's the potential slice that we can get if we really do this right? Well, in terms of the shipbuilding, for example, the Panama Canal Authority, in the last 3 years, they have ordered some 28 tugboats in support of the opening and development of the third lock, which is going to allow larger ships to transit the canal, So just to say, if we were ready, we could have easily bid on some of those new build construction, But we look at other areas, the ship repair, as I said, we have 31,000 ships transiting every year around Trinidad and Tobago territorial waters. And we even have inquiries for the environmental demolition of the ships. You have to understand there's a lifespan, and at the end of the working life, there's need to properly and safely
dispose of the seal, and this involves the recycling. So
there's potential along the entire lifeline.
Yes.
Gentlemen, thanks for being with us this morning. We certainly hope that you'll have good news to report in the not too distant future. We've been talking to Wilfred Gannes, Chairman and CEO of the Trinidad Tobago Shipbuilding and Repairs Development Company, and also Jason Steward of Austal, which is an international company doing regional service. He's the regional service manager for that company. We'll take a short break and first up and come back with more this Thursday morning. Stay with us. I'm getting the impression